This is TechCrunch. There came a point when Newton Asari realized AI agents were not just tools anymore. He told TechCrunch they were operating more like teammates. The realization crystallized when Asari and Karan Das, both serial founders, noticed they were using AI agents to perform tasks they usually would have done themselves. Asari said he came to believe that the future lay in people managing AI employees. He added, and if that's true, we'll need a real system to manage them, with structure around onboarding, coordination, and oversight for digital workers. Well, last year, the duo launched Reload, an AI workforce management platform. On Thursday, the company announced its first AI product, Epic, alongside a $2.275 million round led by Anthemis, with participation from Zeal Capital Partners, Plug and Play, Cohen Circle, Blueprint, and Axiom. So, Reload is a platform that lets organizations manage their AI agents across teams and departments. Companies can connect agents regardless of who built them, whether by a third party or internally, assign them roles and permissions, and track the work that they perform. Asari said, Reload acts like the system of record for AI employees, providing visibility, coordination, and oversight as agents operate across functions. Right now, he observed, teams are using multiple agents simultaneously for tasks such as coding, debugging, and refactoring. The problem is that these agents are often focused solely on whatever they were prompted to do and don't necessarily retain long-term memory of what a product is or why they were told to perform a specific function. They operate, in other words, with only short-term memory. Now, over time, an agent can lose context, or the system can evolve away from its original intent. And that's why Reload is launching Epic. Built on top of the Reload platform, it serves as an architect alongside other coding agents, continuously defining a product's requirements and constraints, and reminding agents what they are building and why, to keep a system consistent as it develops. He said, in software development specifically, coding agents can generate large amounts of code, but they don't preserve shared system understanding over time. Epic complements those agents by defining the system up front and maintaining shared context as it evolves. It doesn't replace coding agents, it makes them more effective. Epic is designed to live inside the coding environments where developers already work. It can be installed as an extension in AI-assisted code editors like Cursor and Windsurf, running alongside other agents inside these tools. Asari said that when a team starts a project, Epic helps create the core system artifacts, such as product requirements, data models, API specifications, tech stack decisions, diagrams, and structured task breakdowns. He added that these are the foundations that coding agents build against. So, as development progresses, Epic maintains a structured memory of decisions, code changes, and patterns. He said, if you switch coding agents, your structure and memory follow. If multiple engineers use different agents on the same project, everyone builds against the same shared source of truth. Asari and Das previously had a company together that was acquired, and this is their second company together. The AI infrastructure space is crowded. Competitors include Longchain, which helps with AI agent deployment and memory management, and Crew AI, which helps enterprises manage their AI agents. Das said Epic is different because it defines the system up front and maintains shared project-level context across agents and sessions, with a focus specifically on building infrastructure to maintain AI employees. Traditional workforce systems were not designed for AI agents operating as teammates, he said. That's the layer we are focused on. The fresh capital will go toward hiring and product advancement, specifically expanding the infrastructure needed to support a growing number of AI agents. So, a lot of the conversation around AI today is focused on building cloud capacity and massive data centers to run models. Companies like Apple and Qualcomm are in the early stages of making on-device AI more useful. Amid all that, the 14-person technical team of London-based Mirai is working to improve how models run on phones and laptops. Now, Mirai, which is backed by a $10 million seed round led by Uncork Capital, was founded by Dima Shvets and Alexei Moisenkov last year. Both founders have experience in building scalable consumer apps. Shvets co-founded face-swapping app Reface, which was backed by Andreessen Horowitz. Shvets later also became a scout for the venture firm. Moisenkov was CEO and co-founder of the last decade's viral AI filters app, Prisma. As consumer developers, both had been thinking about AI and machine learning on devices even before generative AI became popular. Shvets said, "When we met in London, we started to chat about technology, and we realized that within the hype of Gen AI and more AI adoption, everybody speaks about cloud, about servers, about AGI coming. But the missing piece is on-device AI for consumer hardware." Shvets and Moisenkov wanted to use AI to create a pipeline that would allow them to enable complex tasks on the phone, which led them to start Mirai. When they asked others who developed consumer apps, they heard that many wanted better cost optimization and margin per token usage, too. Today, Mirai is developing a framework for models so they can perform better on devices. The company has built an inference engine for Apple Silicon that optimizes on-device throughput. With its upcoming SDK, developers can integrate the runtime in their apps with only a few lines. The company says that one of the visions of why we started the company was that we wanted to give developers like this Stripe-like 8 lines of code integration experience. You basically go to our platform, integrate the key, and you start working with summarization, classification, or whatever your use case is. The startup built this engine in Rust, which can bump up a model's generation speed by up to 37%. They say. The company said that while tuning the model for a platform, it doesn't tinker with model weights to ensure there is no loss in quality of the output. Mirai's stack currently focuses on improving text and voice modalities of the platform, with plans to support vision in the future. Now, the team has started to work with frontier model providers to tune their models for edge use and is in talks with different chip makers. Later, it plans to bring its engine to Android as well. In addition, Mirai aims to release on-device benchmarks so model makers can test on-device performance. Shvets recognizes that not all AI work can be done on-device. To enable a mixed mode of operation, the team is building an orchestration layer to send requests that cannot be fulfilled on the device up to the cloud. We are told while the startup is not directly working with apps just yet, its engine could power on-device assistants, transcribers, translators, and chat apps. Andy McLaughlin, managing partner at Uncork Capital, noted that he invested in an edge machine learning company in the last decade. He said that the company was early and eventually sold its business to Spotify. In today's world, the situation is different, he thinks, saying, "Given the cost of cloud inference, something has to change. For now, VCs are happy to continue funding the rocket ship companies, spending inordinate sums on cloud inference. But that won't last. At some point, people will focus on the underlying economics of these businesses and realize that something's got to change. It feels like every model maker will want to run part of their inference workloads at the edge, and Mirai feels very well positioned to capture this demand." That's it from TechCrunch. For more stories like these, go to TechCrunch.com.